Now, how to write a case study? We have already got the understanding of the benefits and limitations. Considering all those things in mind, you have to write the case studies while following these steps. Determine your objectives. Write out your research problem, questions, or goals. If you aren't sure, ask yourself questions like: what am I trying to accomplish? What do I need to know? What will success look like? Be clear and specific, and your answers will help you choose the right type of case study for your needs. Next, review the research. So, before dwelling into your case study, take them some time to review the research that is already available. The information you gather during this entire is preliminary research can help guide your efforts. Then choose a subject. Decide what or who the subject of your case study will be. For instance, if you're conducting a case study to find out how businesses have been affected by new CDC guidelines, you will need to choose a specific restaurant or retailer. In some case, you may need to draft a release form for the subject to sign so that you will be able to publish your study. Gather information. So, case study about a person, organization, or a group may rely on questionnaire or interviews to gather information. So, if you are studying an event, you might use a combination of academic, research, and witness interviews. In some case, you will record your own observation as part of the study. Then write a report. Most case studies culminate in a written report. Similar to research paper, most case studies include 5 sections. That could be an introduction, a literature review, an explanation of your methods, discussion of your findings and implications, and that could be followed by a conclusion. Publish your findings. Once you have written your case study, consider the most engaging way to present your finding. A well written research article is a good place to start, but going a step further will maximize the impact of your research. For instance, you could design an infographic to highlight key findings or commissions an animated video to turn your case study into a visual narrative. Whether research is your primary occupation or only an incidental part of your job, you can benefit from a solid understanding of what case studies are, how they work, and when to use them. Use the information and steps above to design and write a case study that will provide the answer you are looking for. So, here we end the PPT, and in conclusion, we will discuss the various components that we have studied during case study research design and the confusion that can arise when conducting this type of research. So, case study research entails a deep exploration of particular phenomena or event, often using multiple sources of data and employing various methods of analysis that we have studied in this chapter. However, there are several areas of confusion that researchers may encounter when designing and implementing a case study. One such confusion arises when deciding on the number of case studies to include in the research. As I mentioned during the course also or during this PPT, it can be challenging to determine how many cases are necessary to capture the complexity and diversity of the phenomenon under study. Researchers must consider factors such as resource constraints, time limitations, and heterogeneity of cases. Another source of confusion in case study research design comes from selecting the appropriate data collection method. As we have already studied how to gather information or data collection, researchers must carefully consider which method will yield the most relevant and robust data for the study. We have understood with certain examples from the different field. So this decision may involve a trade-off between qualitative and quantitative method, as well as consideration of the feasibility and accessibility of different data sources. Furthermore, researchers may experience confusion when it comes to analyzing the data collected in case study research. The richness and depth of case study data can make it difficult to determine which techniques are most appropriate. So, to overcome all these confusion challenges in case study research design, It is essential for researchers to have a clear understanding of their objectives and questions. They should also consult relevant literature and seek guidance from experienced researchers in the field. By addressing all the confusion and carefully planning the research design, researchers can conduct rigorous and impactful case study research for the better results. Here, I end the topic and give you a better understanding. Thank you for listening.